Hello, Mandela, and welcome to your first maths lesson of the week. Today, we are going to be recapping our knowledge of drawing pictograms. Our learning objective today is, can I draw pictograms? In today's lesson, we will be recapping our learning from Year 2 so that we are able to explain why the key is important with a pictogram. We will have a go at completing a pictogram using a tally chart and a key. Then we will have a go at drawing our own pictograms. Here is your lesson starter for today. I'm going to read you the questions, then I want you to pause your video and have a go at solving them on your whiteboard or on a piece of paper. Our first question, how many bikes were seen in the morning? And you've got a key here to help you. What does the key tell us? The key tells us that a picture of a bike is equal to 5 bikes. So just like with our tally chart, you need to count in fives to find how many bikes were seen in the morning. Question 2, how much money is there all together? So you need to add the money together to find the total amount. Calculate 24 times 3. And your final question today, what is 345? Add 100. Pause your video and have a go. Let's look at our answers. Let's go to question 1 first of all. How many bikes were seen in the morning? Our key tells us that one picture of a bike is equal to 5 bikes. So we can find the morning and we can count the bikes. Count with me. 5, 10, 15, 20. So we know that 20 bikes were seen in the morning. Let's look at our next question. How much money is there all together? You've got a £10 note, 2 £1 coins, a 10p coin, a 20p coin, and a 1p coin. The first thing you need to do is add the pounds. £10 add £1 is £11. £11 add £1 is £12. So I've got £12 and something. Then I need to add the rest of my coins. 10p and 20p is 30p. If I add my 1, it gives me 31p. So altogether we have £12 and 31p. 24 times 3 is 72. 345 add 100 is 445. What did you notice about the hundreds column in that question? That's right, our hundreds column changed because we were adding 100. What do you notice about this pictogram? Let's look at this together. We've got the season. So we're looking at the different seasons. We've got spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Then we've got some pictures to represent something. We have a key here that tells us what each picture is worth. So in this key, a sun represents 2. So when you're looking at a pictogram, it is really important that you look at the key to help you with your counting. Let's go back and have a look at this. Let's do some counting. I'm going to get my pen so that I can write on it. So let's find out how many people like spring. Let's count in 2s because each sun represents 2. Count with me. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So the total number of people that liked spring is 12. Let's count summer. Count in twos with me. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So the total number of people that liked summer were 14. So I can write that here so that I know that 14 people liked summer best of all. Let's count autumn. Count with me. 2, 4, 6, 8. So 8 people liked autumn. So I'll write my number 8 here. And now we're going to count how many people liked winter. Count with me. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 10 people liked winter. Let's think about this part of our question. Where do you need to look to find key information about the pictogram? Pause your video and have a think about where you would go to find the key information. That's right, we would go here to our key because our key tells me how many votes each picture is worth. So a sun was equal to 2 votes. So each picture of a sun is worth 2. So we can count in twos to find the total amount. Let's look at our next one. It says use the tally chart to complete the pictogram. How many people does one rectangle stand for? Where am I going to look to find that piece of information? I'm going to look at my key, and my key tells me that a rectangle is equal to 2 people. Now I need to count how many people on my tally chart, and this will help me to find the total amount that I can then represent on my pictogram. Let's look at our teddy first to see how many people voted for a teddy as their favourite toy. What are we counting in? We're counting in fives. Count with me. 5, 10. So then I go over to my pictogram and I find my row that says teddy. And I've got my symbol and I need to use the symbol that my key is using. So I need to count up to 10 in twos. Count with me. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Let's have a look at blocks now. Count with me. Remember, 5, 10, 15, and 1 more. Remember the key, a rectangle makes 2 people. So we need to count in twos up to 16. Count with me. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I'm just going to check my counting there. Count with me. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Excellent. I want you to pause the video now and have a go at completing the pictogram for dolls and puzzles. Remember, the first thing you need to do is count how many people chose a doll for their favourite toy, then how many people chose a puzzle. Remember that 1 rectangle is equal to 2 people. Pause your video. Let's have a look and see how we got on. Let's look at dolls. How many people chose dolls? 5 and 1 more makes 6. So I can show this using rectangles. 2, 4, 6. Did you draw that on your pictogram? And finally, let's have a look at puzzles. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got to represent 4. Counting twos with me. 2, 4. So now I've completed my pictogram. Let's have a look at this question. How is the pictogram different to the last? Use the information in the tally chart to complete the pictogram. I want you to pause your video and see if you can spot what is different in the pictogram. Pause your video now. Did you spot something that was different in the pictogram this time? That's right, our key is different because a circle is equal to 5. So each circle represents 5 animals this time around. Let's have a look at our tally chart. Let's count how many people thought the zoo animal, the lion, was their favourite. Count with me. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So I've got to show that on my pictogram. How many animals does a circle represent? A circle represents 5. So we've got to count in 5 till 25. Count with me. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Let's have a look at the elephant. Count with me to see how many I need to show on my pictogram. 5, 10, 15. Let's count in 5s to represent that. 5, 10, 15. Pause your video now and complete the rest of the pictograms. Remember, a circle equals 5 animals. Well done for completing your pictogram. Let's have a look at giraffes. Count with me. 5, 10, 15, 20. So I need to represent that on my pictogram. Count with me. 5, 10, 15, 20. Let's have a look at the red panda. Count with me. 5, 10, 15. So we need to represent this. Remember, a circle equals 5 animals. 5, 10, 15. And finally, let's look at a rhino. How many do I need? 5. I can represent that like that. Let's look at this question. There's lots of information in this question, so I'm going to highlight it to help us pick out the important bits. The astronaut has been asked to make a pictogram to show the information in the tally chart. He says he will use the key show. So this is the key that the astronaut is going to use. So the astronaut has decided that a circle is equal to 10 people. Do you agree with the astronaut's choice of key? So you've got to decide if you agree with the astronaut, and you've got to explain your answer. So I want you to pause your video and have a little think to see if you agree with the astronaut, and then we'll have a look at it together. Oh. So let's have a look. What did you think? Let's count how many people liked roast and see if he's made a good choice here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So 45 people chose a roast dinner. Let's have a look and see if we can show this on a pictogram. So let's try and show 45 using the Masternaut's key. Count with me. 10, 20, 30, 40. Oh, I've shown 40. But if I put another symbol there to represent it, it would give me 50, which is too many. If I take that away, it is only 40. What could I do so that I could represent 45? 5 is half of 10. What could I draw? I could draw half of a circle to represent 5 because 5 is half of 10. So I could draw half of a circle. So sometimes when we are drawing pictograms, we can use half of an object to represent a number. So in this example, 5 is half of 10, so I've chosen to draw half a circle. Let's count and see if we've got 45 now. 10, 20, 30, 40, and half a circle equals 45. Now it's your turn. Choose between activity 1, activity 2, and activity 3. Then you could challenge yourself with the next activity or the challenge questions. Remember, you should be spending 20 minutes working on your independent task. Let's look at activity 1. It says use a ruler to draw the tally chart and pictogram. Can you use the tally chart to complete the pictogram? So let's look at our tally chart and see our key. So this time, each square is equal to 2 birds. So you need to use that key to draw squares to represent the number on the tally chart. Activity 2. Use a ruler to draw the tally chart and pictogram. Can you use the information in the tally chart to complete the pictogram? You can use a symbol of your own choice. So instead of using a square, you can draw your own symbol to represent it. Gandhi are selling tickets for the school play. They record how many tickets they sell for each day. Use a ruler to draw a pictogram to represent this data. So you need to draw your own pictogram to show this, and you need to think of a symbol that you could use to represent the tickets. Don't make your symbol too complicated. If I was going to do this, I would probably draw a rectangle. Oh, not very good this way. To represent a ticket, but you've got to decide how many each ticket is worth. Then finally, your challenge questions. The first question, a class is collecting data. We saw 11 fewer red cars than white. We saw 2 fewer blue cars than red. We saw 5 more white than black. We saw 9 black cars. You could create a pictogram to display this information where one picture represents 2 cars. Our next question. Riley is drawing a pictogram to show Year 2's favourite superheroes. Riley says I must draw 5 circles to show 25 children prefer Hulk. Is he right? Explain your answer. Finally, Mariam is drawing a pictogram where one picture equals 3 trees. Mariam knows there are fewer ash trees than beech and fewer oak trees than ash. How many trees could be oak? Complete the pictogram. Remember to upload your work onto Tapestry for me.